How are we doing, everybody?
Hola.
Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggy With It. I'm Will.
I'm Elsie.
And today we're playing
Marvel United X-Men.
Marvel United X-Men. So we are playing the Marvel United X-Men. This time we are going to be playing the Superhero versus Super Villain mode. This is a new mode that was added to the X-Men core box. Basically, it was the last Kickstarter campaign for CMON with the United. We, of course, went all in. We did just get our X-Men box. We got them all nice and painted for you guys, so we could play this. Of course, we got Wolverine, painted by Andrea. And we actually did it different. If you look at the art, and you look at the professionals, they made this like a dust cloud, which didn't make sense because he's standing on metal, and he's got like electrical conduits next to him. So instead, we did it as an explosion. He's jumping out of an explosion. Maybe he set one off behind him, and it's pushing him. And he's doing a fastball special without Colossus. You remember from the movie when Colossus picked him up and chucked him? Yeah, that's from the comics, so that's okay. We have Mystique here, painted by moi. And then we have the Beast, which I painted as well. Doesn't he look so cute? Wow, you can really see like the highlights in the camera here.
Yeah.
Like when you just see him in person, you really can't see all those highlights I put into him. But you can really see him. And then we have Sabretooth, painted by Andrea. And then, of course, if you go back and look at our other video, of course, we do have the other ones, and we will have an unboxing video where I'll show in more detail all the stuff we painted. In the previous video, we went over the new Cerebro mode, which is basically just a new condition that you have to complete instead of rescuing civilians. It's played with Magneto. I think the rulebook, if I remember correctly, says you only play it with Magneto. So it's kind of a weird add-on in that aspect. Or maybe it said we weren't supposed to play with Magneto, and that's what we did anyways. It's highly possible. We do things wrong all the time. But in the Super Villain mode, normally you play one versus as many as you want, so you can actually make a 5-player game. The core box only allowed 4. The Super Villain mode does extend to the originals as well. You can go out to CMON's website, and they basically will allow you to get a PDF that has all of the original villains and what their special setup and so forth is. Here it is. Yeah, okay, so it is his special setup. Replace the rescue civilians mission with the Cerebro mission. So that's what we were supposed to do anyways. I thought it was like special. Maybe it says it has to be played with him, is maybe what it said. Whereas the other ones, you can just add it into them. It's an optional. All right. But on the back, you do see that you get some additional help in the Supervillain superhero mode. So in the case of Sabretooth, that meant that I get 2 wilds and 2 movements. The second thing in the Supervillain mode, as you'll see over here, Andrea has the cards in front of her. So just like a hero, Andrea is going to be able to draw cards and play those cards to basically best thwart me. You know, when you're playing the regular game, you're playing against a deck. And the deck just kind of cycles through, and you get lucky, you get unlucky. I would say playing against one-on-one, it's going to be more unlucky than lucky, right? Yeah. Because you're going to be able to actually say, oh, I can move 2 spots and bam, right on top of you. Or I can move 3 spots and I can make this overflow and have civilians and thugs running wild, right? The second thing that you get, and I'll show these instead of the ones that me and Andrea had pulled, is you get the special superhero and super villain cards. And what these do is basically on an event, something can trigger to cause an effect. So in this case, you may play a master plan card that moves you to a location with a single hero. So basically, if she plays one that moves her to a hero that's by itself, she gets to deal 2 damage to that location. So basically, it allows her to move and then immediately damage you. In some cases, that could be very bad because, well, in a normal game, you only have 3 cards in your hand, right? When you're not damaged, you have 3 cards. So if you've got a villain that can move, and then his move effect says damage him, that could be bad. That could be bad. I didn't know this was a thing, and I actually was we were going to do this anyways, where I was going to play with 3 heroes. But if you actually go past the Supervillain mode, and I wish they would have made mention of it here in the Supervillain mode, but if you go back here into the Xavier mode, it actually says how to actually play 1 versus 1. So that's what we're currently doing. Basically, you do, as we did in our last gameplay, you combine your decks together. So of course I have all of my heroes combined together. You draw 6 cards, or 5 cards, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 5 cards is my starting hand. When they get knocked out, they all get knocked out, but they all get to come back. I get to draw my hand again. And then instead of losing after 1 knockout, I lose after 2 knockouts. I can also lose based on her villainous plot, which is next to impossible, because it involves moving this little hunted token 3 times. And if I get knocked out twice, I kind of can't move that a 3rd time. And then I can also lose if Abadi uses up all of her master plan cards, which is normal gameplay. Now, of course, because this is a 3-player game, I do have 3 times as many chips to go through there. Yeah, that's
what, 7?
7. Yeah, you got 7 hit points. 7. The reason for that, of course, is I get to do it 3 times in a row until I eliminate one of these. So I can basically go, okay, I'm going to do that, and okay, I'm going to, and I get to draw in between each one of those turns. I think I get to draw in between. I got to double check the Xavier rules. I don't know. Villain, there we go. Xavier. Instead of 3, so the villain with heroes level 3. Turns resolve the usual sequence of you playing the hero turn. Each turn you play a card and hero in the hand. And the same here as the last way benefit from usuals. Not played, but not from that. A hero whose card played is considered the active hero. Any effect that refers to another player. Doesn't say. I would imagine you have to draw between each turn. Otherwise, you're basically. Otherwise, you would just play the 3 cards in your hand every turn. You would never get back up to your starting hand. Right? Draw the cards. Oh, here we go. During the draw card step, yeah, 6 from your deck. So yeah, you draw in between each. Otherwise, you wouldn't have 6 each turn. So, I think that is it. I was going to say we roll our extra life die to see who goes first, but we know the villain goes first, so the villain's going to go first. However, we'll show you the extra life die because that is what we do. We do support. Stop reading what's behind. We do support extra life charities and Children's Miracle Network. We do have that link down below if you would like to donate. Even donating $1 does help the children in need, and it is greatly appreciated. That said, Abadi gets to make her first draw and make her first villainous action with Sabretooth. And he's up in the Weapon X facility. So we did switch these out. In the previous gameplay, we had 2 other locations, but we switched it out with Weapon X and the Myrrh Island. I don't even know what the benefits are. Now, Wolverine is being hunted, so the benefit of being hunted for, at least for Sabretooth, is they're the ones that he's going to do damage to.
I can move both ways.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
or does your particular character? Oh, your character has the ability to move either way. Yeah, probably because you're trying to hunt down whoever's the hunted.
Oh, so far this one.
Alright.
Sorry.
So the first card she's going to do is Hunter Senses, move to location with the hunted hero. Right off the bat, and then bam, bam, deal 2 damage to 1 hero in Sabretooth location. This must be the hunted hero if they're in that location. I'm the only hero. Look, Mystique and Sabretooth.
Oh.
Wow. Alright, so that's my healing. Okay, that's my healing. I'm not getting rid of my healing factor. I'm probably gonna do that right off the bat. I take 2 damage? 2 damage. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of one of my starting hand cards. This one. Get rid of this. I keep at least a beast. That is one other thing I forgot to mention. There are these starting hand cards, so Mystique and Wolverine both have these. which you have to have in your starting hand, so that counts as part of your hand, which in Mystique's case, she has 2. So that means you're starting with 2 of your 3 cards already occupied. There went my 2 damage from your Bam. No Bams because he doesn't have any henchmen. And then activate this spot. Discard all civilians from this location. Deal 1 damage to 1 hero in both adjacent locations, and there aren't any, so that's okay. And then you add 2 thugs there and 2 thugs there. Wow. That is a painful first turn. That is a painful first turn. Okay. I see how you want to play it. Oh, I could have done that. No, that's fine. Okay. So I draw. So I'm going to play Wolverine. I'm going to put this up here so we remember that I have it. So basically, I get to do 1 action on this card. And it says, as long as this card is face up in the storyline, if you have less than 3 cards in hand at the end of the villain turn, I get to draw 3 cards. So basically, I get to draw back up to my, well, it says 3 cards in hand, but my starting hand is 5. So you draw back up to your starting hand. Same as the last game where we had that. That's one of the disadvantages when you're playing like in this mode, is you do have to kind of interpret that you would be going back up to your starting hand size, and that's technically what it should say, is back to your starting hand size, not 3, because it's not in a 1-player. Yeah, but either way, you know, we know what it means. All right, so did that. So Wolverine went. So you have to draw. So I'm going to do, I hate to use my wilds this early, but I'm going to use Beast for 2 wilds to get rid of this, so I complete the objective. Gives me this. Beast ended his turn here, so I want a punch. Por favor. Gracias, mi amor. So now I'm going for a 3rd turn. The punch does not help me here. I have a wild. So I'm going to use my wild to move. I'm going to use this here. So punch. That gets rid of 1, 2, 3. And then the wild was the move, and I have another wild. The hunted hero ends their turn. In this location, they take 1 damage. Ooh, that wasn't good. That wasn't smart. That wasn't smart at all. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna do the action then, and I'm gonna spend a movement token to get. Oh no! Yeah, I'm going to get out of dodge. I was gonna go that way, but it's the same card. That would have been bad. Okay, so I came back. I gotta bring my token back with me. I keep forgetting that. Oh, Skype. That move came in handy. I'll take a wild. I'll take the, or not wild, the the action token. Sorry, I already got my wilds. All right, so that was 1, 2, 3. So that was my 3rd. Now it is your turn again. It is much different.
Yeah.
What who gets the metal cube? I don't know who gets the metal cube. I would think this would go to Magneto, but it wasn't part of his thing. Alright, so you're already standing on top of us. Your movement, you move to where the hunted person is. You always move to the hunted person. I'm almost guaranteeing that's all your cards, is move to where the hunted person is. That's probably what makes it harder. Alright, so move to the location, which you did. Bam! Which I'm about to take damage, so I'm going to go ahead and use my Shake It Off, which ignores the 2 damage. So that is discarded from the game. So I didn't take my damage. And then 2 civilians. Oh, you have to activate this, which doesn't activate because it's there. 2 civilians here, and then 2 civilians can't go there. Because 2 civilians, if 1 or more civilians can't be added to a location, deal 1 damage to the hunted hero. Blah. I can get rid of that one. Okay. Alright. That was oddity. Alright, so the end of the villain turn. Oh, hang on. It's if you have less than 3 cards in your hand, you get to draw 1 card. So basically, you heal each turn. So you only draw 1. Okay, so I got to stand corrected. If I have less than 3 cards in my hand, I get to draw 1 card. Which technically, yeah, I guess it'd be 1/1 until you get up to 3. So we'll keep it at 3. I don't want to make it too overpowered. Maybe that is how they wanted it instead of based on your starting hand size. So that was my healing factor kicking in. I now get to draw for my turn, right? Yes. I thought the card was upside down. Because Beast is upside down. Alright. What did I have left? I had from the previous one. I had a punch. I had one punch. Oh, that's different. Huh. Alright, Alright, so I'm gonna play this one. So Mystique gets to move. And then she gets to punch. Punch. Yay, punch. Alright, and then she's gonna keep moving and punching. I think I'm gonna do Beast. Beast is going to move. He's going to... Oh, he can't punch. Hang on. He's going to punch before he left. Then he's going to move. Then he's going to do an action from my pile. And then he's going to do another action. Or I guess you don't need to give it to me because I'm completing that objective. Right, so that was Beast.
Oh, I see what you did.
Right, and then you may draw cards until you have 3 in your hand, which basically is the healing. So that means I get to draw until I get back to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, because that would be the heal to 5. And then now it is my 3rd turn, right? 3rd turn. Draw for that. Do I need you to be chasing me around? I mean, as long as you're here, you're just gonna keep hitting me. That seems to be what you do. I really wish I could get that hunted mark onto somebody else. But I can't get the hunted mark all until... Yeah, it's hunted. Hunted is KO'd before ban. Give the hunted token to the next hero in player order, which is me again. Move and punch doesn't help me. I guess I'm going Mystique again. Mystique is going to do a move. Punch. Why not? Let's rescue a civilian. We haven't done that yet today. Although I do need to complete another. I need to get rid of these. I don't care about those. I shouldn't have gotten rid of that. I didn't need these to know. Okay. Alright, so that was 1, 2, 3. Yep, that was all my moves. So it is Anthony's turn. I'll be looking at cards. So Audrey does a move to the next counterclockwise location with heroes. Okay. Bam. Deal 2 damage to 1 hero, which it does, and that's the thing. Like the hunted almost. I didn't realize this when we selected him because it was either we were going to play Sabretooth, or I guess we could have done all beasts and gone against Mystique. That's probably what we should have done because then you would be playing Mystique instead of Sabretooth. Man, I didn't realize this hunted token was one of his gimmicks, which doesn't really work in a 1v1 because no matter what, you're going to be attacking me, which means I'm discarding cards. You know what I mean? So it's like whether you find me and hit me here, whether you come to the hunted guy and hit me here, no matter who you hit, you're discarding my cards. So you deal 2 damage to me. That one. Ish. Alright, and then activate, which you can't, and then 2 thugs here, and 2 thugs up top. Alright. You get a thug, you get a thug, you get a thug, everybody gets a thug! Alright. Alright, so I get a move and a punch. Oh, I forgot to draw a card though. Oh, it was the end of the turn. I was already at 3 cards, so healing factor didn't. You do 2 damage to me though, so that healing factor really isn't going to save me. I mean, 1 card is nice, but it's not going to save me. That instead, so I get to move, punch, punch. That gets this. Now you're going every 2 turns. Oops. There you go. There's your thugs back. I don't need them anymore. So now you go every 2 cards now. And then so I got 1 more move, so I'm going to move back here. And I get to draw back to 6, or back to 5. Alright. And then my second turn. I'm wondering if before I did that I should have gotten rid of the quest. And before I got out of there, I'm gonna. All right. So I have a move and a punch, right? So I'm gonna do this. So I'm going to move. Punch the thug, and then action. And then on the next villain turn, you may redirect any damage dealt to you to a henchman or a thug in your location. So it really didn't help me here. That was kind of a bad move, but it was about the best thing I had. Because otherwise, I've been wasting more punch. Okay, that was 2 on me. Now it's back to you. Now it's every 2 you get to go. Did you draw? Okay. You drew before it was your turn? Are you over there cheating?
Am I cheating? It's not cheating, is it?
The hunter moved to a location with the hunted hero. No, it's fine.
No,
because then you can plan. You can plan. That's fine. So bam. To deal 2 damage to 1 hero. Stop hitting me! Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. 2 civilians there, and then 2 civilians, or well, 1, because I can't do that. That is not good. Deal 1 damage to the hunted hero. Yeah, we're not having that. So I'm going to do crowd control. Cancel the overflow. Cancel the overflow effect in my location. So I'm canceling the overflow effect. Yeah, that would have been good. Yeah. Back to me. All right, so into my turn, a less than 3 cards. So Wolverine's healing kicks in. Draw for turn. All right. So I'm going to play movement. I'm going to move me here, and then I'm going to do the action to complete this. And then that is race. And on the next master plan card, you don't get to add any civilians or thugs to your location or one of the 2 adjacent ones. So basically, you can't add thugs to this. Safe for now. I'm going to do a move again. Oh, did I draw? No. Is that what I still want to do? Oh, no, because then she moves. And this is what I'm trying to protect. That's fine. I'll move her here. Action. Million. I wanted to do that there. I can't punch. We're not allowed to punch civilians, right? You wanted to punch him in the last game, which would have made us win the game. Remember?
I wanted to kidnap them.
So she ended her turn there, so we heal back up. Back to 5. Okay. Your turn.
Okay, so this one at the same time?
Alright, so Audrey is moved to the next counterclockwise location. So he's a counterclockwise guy. It's the first villain we played that's done that. And then trigger. You play master plan card that has a BAM on it. Hey, that has a BAM on it. Effect, you can apply your BAM effect as if you were in the adjacent location instead of your current one. Oh no, counterclockwise. Move to the next counterclockwise location with heroes. You wanted to do that effect. So you needed clockwise location. Yeah, so this you probably don't want to play that then. Because you can BAM me here, BAM me here, it doesn't matter. I'm discarding cards. But technically it doesn't matter where you BAM. Here are these 2. Alright, so you banned me there, and then I blocked you from adding any thugs to, or anything to my location, or an adjacent location. So I'm going to choose an adjacent location, because you can't do anything to mine. So I'm not going to let you add anything to this location, so you can still add 2 thugs to this location. That was her card. On the next master plan card played, cannot add a civilian or thug to your location or one of the 2 adjacent. So I'm telling you, you can't add it there, but you can still add them there. 2 thugs. Dos thugitos. Okay. So my draw. That punch is not helping me at all. I'm going to do Wolverine. So I get punch, punch, punch. Get rid of these 3 thugs. Move. And I'm going to use the action to save a civilian. Into my turn, I get to heal. We'll do the heal back up. Alright, and then complete that thing way up there. 2 movement, which I have. I have 1, 2. Action, yes. I spin my move. I move. I do 2 actions. Complete that. Means I complete that, which means dun dun dun. I can start beating up on you. Right, so back to you. Oh, hang on. End of your turn, you may discard 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck to gain 2 punch tokens. Ooh. Ooh, I like. I'm going to get rid of that one. I get dos punch tokens. Punch, punch!
I want a card.
I get 2 punch tokens, por favor. Por favor, gracias. Why? You're just throwing punches everywhere. Last game you were trying to punch me. Now you're trying to punch everything on the board. Okay. I only have 3 cards in my hand. So, if you have a way to increase your damage, you could knock me out. So, Hunted comes over with Wolverine. I keep forgetting. Hunted is with Wolverine.
Oh.
Move to the next clockwise location with any hero. Bam. So, yeah, that does 2 damage to me. 1, 2. That's not. I mean, I get the healing factor. Alright. And then you do 2 civilians there and 2 civilians a keep. See, that what would have been nice would have been if I was here, right? If I was here, then you would have made this into a bam, which then would have done the overflow, which I would have taken 1 more damage. That would have knocked me out. But again, I'd been 1 of 2 knockout. Alright. So, end of villain turn, I survived. I get to draw 1 card for my healing factor. And then I get to draw 1 card for turn. So... Oh, I need that. Beast, that's where that card comes in handy. So Beast had that 1 card, I don't know if you remember seeing it. It said treat actions as wilds. That would count as 2 wilds.
Oh, yeah.
He must have a lot of cards that have actions in them, right? Or other people's actions. Because like at this point, I don't need actions anymore. I'm gonna do this. So I can't. Well, I can do the actions once I move, so that's fine. All right. So I'm gonna do all my punches while I'm standing there. So that's 4 punches. 1, 2, 3, 4 punches. That was a lot of damage in one go. You may draw cards until you have 3 in your hand, so I get a card. And then I can move. Move here. Then I got 2 actions, so I get to rescue dos más civilians. Another hero in this or an adjacent location may draw 1 card. Oh, okay. Lots of healing, so that's another healing. So there's 2 healing in this. Wow, that's really helpful. Alright, and then I get to play my second turn. we go. So I get to move, move, punch, punch, punch. Jacobo no mas. You were saying you were wondering if you could if the game.
I wanted to do that.
What was this one? Oh, regeneration factor. Move 0. As long as this card is face up in the storyline, Sabretooth recovers 1 health at the end of his turn. Can't go below starting value. So, how long have you had this one? Oh yeah, that was too. It's the same as Wolverine. You want this as almost as soon as possible. Like, well, when we're playing against a villain, we don't want this as soon as possible. But yeah, that would have helped.
I had it from.
Oh well. So this is definitely different. Do you like this mode, or you might want to play the heroes next time?
Heroes, because then I have to wait for too long.
Yeah, there is, and I think that is part of the problem is the downtime. Can you imagine though if you're playing an actual 4-player game? Like if you're playing a real 4-player game, guys, it's like you've got 4 individual people trying to figure out what they want to do, and not tell the other people what cards are in their hand, right? Well, if you have a movement, that would really help, you know what I mean? And that one, the villain's just kind of sitting there twiddling his thumbs, right? Yeah. At least it was all me, so I could kind of plan, but I don't plan. I'm a horrible planner. I'm a horrible planner. Like, I could have looked and been like, all right, I'm going to play this card and this card next. I never did that, right?
I didn't know that card would stay. It says as long as
it's in the story, story... So when we get our playmat, you'll see what it is. So the story is supposed to go around in a circle. No, I would have put it up. I would have put it up here with mine. I would have put it with mine. There are cards that some of the villains and some of the heroes have that allow you to remove or flip over cards in the storyline. And I would almost guarantee a lot more of the villains are probably going to have that because of cards like these. So basically, it'll say flip over 1 card in the storyline, right? Normally, what somebody would do is they would flip over probably the previous card. Like you would flip this one over. That's how you would normally flip over, right? If it's flip over 1 card, you're going to flip that. But if you're playing against Wolverine or Sabretooth or somebody like that that's got some kind of ability, you're going to want to stop that.
I didn't play these.
What did you have? All right. So first you had was Trigger. You can play with a Master Plan card that has a BAM on it, which is all of yours. You can apply your BAM effect. Okay, so you can apply it to a different location, but that doesn't really work with Sabretooth because he always ends up where the hunted person is. Yeah, he always ends up where the hunted person is. So that really wasn't helpful. When you play Master Plan effect, heroes can't use any action tokens until the next
And
villain.
I could have used it at any moment?
Whenever you played a Master Plan. It would have prevented me from playing...
I saw I had too many hit points left. Yeah,
like here, when I had 2 actions here, you could have played it because that would have stopped me from completing that other plan, right? Because you would have known, oh, I can complete it, right? And then
I'm
the
not
last
good
one,
to be bad.
You're not good to be bad. I know, you're too not... Well, unless it's villainous. You may play a Master Plan card that should add thugs and heroes or civilians. Effect, add these.
And I was confused.
Splitting them as you wish on your. That's bad grammar. That's why. Splitting them as you wish in your and adjacent locations. It should say and any. Adjacent. It should say and any. It's missing the word any.
Oh, in your location and
adjacent locations.
Right.
Like because you're just saying in your and adjacent, that just sounds weird. In your and adjacent locations. I mean,
you could do in both, but you could not do in one because there are only 2. I mean, because
you play Master Plan card that should add thugs and civilians. Add these thugs and civilians, splitting them. Oh, instead of so see how this card says 1, 2, 3. Mm-hmm. Instead of putting them in that order, you can split them in any way you want. You can put all 3 of them in one location. So basically, like if say you bammed here because you played this right, and you could bam, you'd be able to do 1, 2 and 3 there, and it would cause an overflow.
Okay.
So you can basically gear your overflow.
I prefer to be a hero.
You prefer to be a hero. So there we go, guys. That is the villain mode. If you guys would like to see the villain mode again, especially with one of the original core boxes, let us know down in the comments below. I guess I will be playing the villain in that gameplay, and Avadu will play the hero. So let us know what heroes. That's a good idea. In the comments, let us know what heroes, what 3 heroes you want Avadu to play. Hopefully we have them painted. If not, we'll be painting them. And what villain you would like to see me play down in the comments, and we'll do the hero versus villain mode again, but the other way around. Otherwise, guys, if you want to see more of Marvel United or any of our game content, or come out and watch us live, make sure that you hit that like, subscribe, bell notification, all that YouTube stuff. Studio Livingston in the Super Villain mode seems like a fun addition, like a puzzle creating hero teams facing villains. Could turn around and see how it could be the villain, maybe to defeat a strong scene. Vulture in particular would be fun and a ton of fun to play. Yeah, that's kind of like we said. I think some villains are better than others. I think this one was kind of a bad villain just because of the way the hunted mechanic works. We've got a couple more. We'll probably play them if we get requests. But yeah, I guess that's it. Until next time, guys.
Adios.
Peace.